Hi, welcome to the wonderful world of high-speed engraving. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Shofu Lab Air Z to create an awesome wedding invitation on a picture frame. These are a lot of fun to do, they turn out beautiful, they're an extremely unique gift. Here's one that's all done, and I'm going to see if I can hold this up to where you can actually get a better look at it here. And then we'll tell you exactly how to do it. Okay, we took the wedding invitation and we scanned it into our computer, or you could use a photocopy machine and just photocopy it onto the applique film. We scanned it into the computer and then printed it on the applique film. Sometimes you might have to increase the size or decrease the size, whatever you need to do to get it to fit in the picture frame properly. Then I picked out this piece of art here and I printed it on applique film also. And then I put all the art onto the glass that came in the picture frame, and then I did my engraving. I inlaid it with gold. Then I spray painted the back of the glass with hunter green to create this particular invitation. The colors for this wedding were hunter green. That's why I used that color. You got to ask a few questions when you're doing these things. Okay, I'm all suited up here and ready to engrave. Notice I've got a dust mask on. I've got some magnification on. We sell the Optivisor, and this is the one that I like the very best out of the ones out there on the market, but you need something. We're going to be doing this little tiny font. You need to be able to see it very well because you need to stay exactly on the line. And I'm going to show you a method of how to do that. Okay, we're also going to be using the dust collector today. So we're creating a lot of little fine glass dust which you do not want to breathe. So we'll have that on when we're running. You can also hear a little hum probably in the background. There's nothing wrong with your DVD player. Our AC is running here in the studio because it's like 115 out today, and I'm not willing to work without the AC on. So hopefully the hum won't bother you. Okay, we've got everything set up ready to go. I'm going to be using a number 2 diamond today. And one thing, if you're just starting out glass engraving, one thing that's very critical is you need to learn to have a very light touch. Don't try to steady yourself by pressing hard. That won't work when you're engraving in glass because you need to have a light touch. Let the diamond just cut the glass. So we're going to have a light touch. Now I'm going to have Shirley zoom in here a little bit, just enough so you can see my hands. And I want to show you how I get rid of the tremor. We all have a tremor, whether we're 10 years old or 90 years old, we have a tremor in our hand. So here's how you can help steady that tremor. Get your hand down ready to engrave. Then I take this hand and I put my little finger, my ring finger, and my thumb down onto the surface. Then I put this finger on the top of the nail on my thumb and this one somewhere around the knuckle. Now when I get ready to engrave, I've got rid of most of that tremor. Okay, before we actually get started on the project that we're going to do, I wanted to go over placing the type on the glass just a little bit before we get to our actual project, because the actual project is a little bit different the way we're going to do it, and you may need to do it this way someday, so I want you to understand exactly what I was talking about. First thing you want to do is make sure that the glass is at the bottom of the frame. So you can pull down on the glass like this, or you can bounce the frame a little bit, but you need to pull it down all the way so that it's the way that it will sit, because the glass moves in here. So you want it to be the way it'll be when it's hanging on the wall or when it's sitting on a dresser or wherever it might be. Okay, now we've got our real project going here, and this one's a little bit different. That's why I wanted to show you the other way also, in case you needed to do that someday. Now we've got our art and the invitation all on one piece of applique film here. So now what we want to do is get this straight in the frame. Again, pull down on the glass, make sure that it's at the bottom of the frame, the way that it will be when it's hanging on the wall or setting up on a dresser. Okay? Now, we can put this on here. What I want to look for is the distance from here over to here and the distance from there over to there on the other side first. So I'm going to kind of try and get that about in the middle. And if you want to, you can measure this so that you can get it pretty much exactly where you want it. Now if you end up with a spot or two that's too light or something, you can always fix it after you take the applique film off. And now we get to see what it looks like. All right, there we go. This is going to be a very pretty one. Everyone's going to enjoy this.